on NewsVision. The debacle at the debate. President Trump and Joe Biden squared off at the first debate of the election season.
Everything he's saying so far is simply a lie.
I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
The aftermath and how students are encouraging others to vote in November. Plus, how are small businesses dealing with the impact of COVID-19? We'll tell you about one barbershop's battle through finances and keeping their customers safe. And later on, FSU flopped last Saturday against Canes football.
So again, very proud, and I'll tell you that locker room right there is not satisfied. I mean, they still know that we can play a lot better.
We recap the game and how the team was able to conquer the Seminoles. These stories and many more on tonight's show. NewsVision starts right now.
Hello and welcome to NewsVision. I'm Maya Broadwater.
And I'm Liam Fabray. Thank you for joining us.
On Tuesday night, President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden squared up in Cleveland for the first presidential debate of the election season. And let's just say it was very unusual. Our reporter Jesse Locke joins us now live with details of what happened. Jesse?
Yeah, Maya, unusual is definitely one word for it. Undecided voters were hoping to hear about where the candidates stood on important issues. But professionalism seemed to quickly fade away and was replaced by yelling, interruptions, and crude comments.
A clash of policies and personalities in Cleveland.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, this is so unprecedented.
There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden squaring off in their first face-to-face matchup this election.
He's saying so far is simply a lie.
I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
The candidates sharing a debate stage as the U.S. faces the coronavirus pandemic, a lagging economy, and a racial justice movement that has gripped the nation. An opportunity for each candidate to paint their opponent as wholly unfit to lead the nation through it all.
He wants to shut down this country, and I want to keep it open.
The president has no plan.
Moderator Chris Wallace challenging the candidates on 6 topics during the 90-minute event, including the Supreme Court.
We should wait and see what the outcome of this election is.
We have a phenomenal nominee.
COVID-19.
The president has no plan.
We got the masks. We made the ventilators. You wouldn't have made ventilators. And now we're weeks away from a vaccine.
I know how to do the job.
And the economy.
Closed it down, and now we're reopening. And we're doing record business.
He's going to be the first president of the United States to leave office having fewer jobs in his administration than when he became president.
President Trump also facing new scrutiny over a recent New York Times report showing he paid no income tax in 10 of the 15 years beginning in 2000.
I paid millions of dollars in taxes.
The next debate will be next week on October 7th in Salt Lake City between both vice presidential candidates. And when Election Day is finally here, you can tune into UMTV's election special on November 3rd at 8 p.m. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Jesse Locke.
Thank you, Jesse. Chaotic and messy, 2 things the moderator for the next presidential debate in 2 weeks is trying to avoid. C-SPAN's Steve Scully will host the town hall debate here in Miami on October 15th. The debate commission is trying to add more structure to the format, hoping it leads to better discussions between the 2 candidates. It is still unclear what these changes will look like.
White nationalist group the Proud Boys has gained national attention after President Trump refused to condemn the organization and its neo-fascist beliefs during the first debate. Instead of denouncing the group, Trump said, quote, "They should stand back and stand by." The group took this as a sign of approval and immediately put those words on their logo. Republicans distanced themselves from the president, saying they disagree with his failure to disavow a right-wing organization linked with white supremacy and acts of violence.
The deadline to register to vote is just about here. People hoping to vote in Florida need to register in the next 3 days by October 5th. Let's go live to our reporter Daryl Barnes at the Watsco Center on campus where students could register to vote in the next couple of hours.
Guys, what a change of plans. If you hear the thunder, the Watsco Center ticket booth is supposed to be where all the action was supposed to be going on tonight, but things have obviously changed because of the weather. We have things rolling around here, but that's not stopping the Get Out to Vote initiative from still trying to get people registered. What was supposed to happen was students were supposed to be able to check in right here where we're standing and then head over to those tables over there and get the forms for out-of-state students to be able to register to vote here in Florida and on campus next month. But that obviously isn't happening right now because of the weather, But what we do know is that tonight's event was just one of many events the initiative has been putting on throughout the year.
When you have the debate and the registration right next to each other like this, it doesn't become like a second thought of like, oh, I'll do it later. It really encourages people to like do it now and commit to that now.
The organization hosted a debate watch party on Tuesday at the Foot Green, and about 300 students attended it. To stick to COVID regulations, students had to stay in socially distanced circles and were limited to groups of just 4. Out-of-state students were also given the opportunity to register to vote on campus at the watch party. And Get Out to Vote has registered more than 1,000 students already, and they were hoping that tonight they would be able to get some more. We'll have to see on that, but if you missed out on the first debate watch party, don't worry, because for the next 2, Get Out the Vote is hoping to be able to host 2 more for each of the following debates. But for now, tonight was your last chance to be able to vote, to be able to get registered to vote if you're an out-of-state student here on campus. For now, from outside Lakeside Village of all places, outside the UPS store, I'm Daryl Barnes reporting for UMTV. Back to you guys in the warm and dry studio.
Thank you, Daryl. The world is still reeling from the New York Times report with details on President Trump's tax returns. The report reveals Trump only paid $750 in federal income taxes the year he was elected as president and another $750 the year he came into office. Also, the Times wrote that in 11 of 18 years they examined, Trump paid no federal income tax at all. One of the biggest reasons for this is Trump is losing more money than he has earned in many of his businesses.
And the solution is not for Donald Trump to claim that it's fake news or just say he's paid millions in taxes as he did last night. The solution is for him to come clean, as have all the other presidents in recent memory, and show his taxes.
The Times investigation is based on more than a decade's worth of tax documents, which have been closely guarded by the president. The paper obtained them through anonymous sources.
Today is October 1st, and that means we have safely completed almost 2 months of on-campus instruction so far. Let's take a closer look at the latest numbers. Currently, there are about 710,000 cases in Florida. Around 25% of those cases came from here in Miami-Dade County, with just over 170,000 total cases as of today. And here at the University of Miami, there are 46 active cases, according to the university's dashboard.
COVID-19 is taking its toll on the economy. Airline workers are landing another new round of layoffs. Up to 50,000 airline workers are expected to be furloughed or laid off today. Among the workers are pilots, flight attendants, and airport personnel. Congress is expected to pass another stimulus package, but has not passed one yet. And airlines are not the only industry facing layoffs. Disney is laying off 28,000 people in the U.S. as the pandemic continues to hurt the company's parks and resorts businesses. Disney Parks and Resorts division has more than 100,000 U.S. employees, and about 67% of the layoffs will involve part-time jobs. The job cuts will come from both the California and Florida resorts.
While many companies across the U.S. are struggling during the pandemic, the ones hit the hardest are small businesses. UMTV reporter Danielle DeVilliers visited one barbershop to see how they were able to overcome financial hardship and keep their customers safe.
Due to the pandemic, we were forced to close on March 20th, and we were closed for 2 months. During that time, obviously, there was no income coming in. You know, we still had to pay for the rent for that upcoming month, payroll, and other expenses, so it was a little hard.
David Uribe is the owner of Prestigious Image Barbershop and Spa in Coral Gables, Florida. While he was able to reopen his doors, he saw how other small businesses around Coral Gables were not able to recover from the financial losses of the pandemic.
So we have a lot of clients that are business owners here in Coral Gables, and even after we and other businesses were able to reopen back up, they had to remain closed. And I have some clients that told me that because of the high expenses, they were forced to shut down.
And as business closures continue to rise, Uribe has had to adapt his shop to the new normal in society to remain open. This includes adding barriers between barbers, no indoor seating, and temperature checks when you come into the shop.
The coronavirus has allowed us to realize the importance of sanitation, of disinfection. The same thing here, you know, we pride ourselves that we're using numerous disinfectants throughout the service. One rule or one advice I can give other businesses or barbershops, they have to continue, you know, with this level of cleanliness. They have to continue with this level of disinfection and sanitation. It's very important that you continue and stress all these things day in and day out.
And as prestigious image continues to function across the U.S., beauty salons and barbershops have seen a 48% closure rate amongst related businesses, according to Yelp.com.
For UMTV, I'm Daniel DeVilliers.
Businesses of all sizes in Florida are celebrating the fact that the state has taken another step towards reopening. Governor Ron DeSantis announced the move to Phase 3 on Friday. Phase 3 allows restaurants to operate at 100% capacity, and bars and nightclubs can now reopen completely. Local governments are also now not able to enforce their mask mandates, but not everyone is happy with this plan.
Reopening to 50% capacity, we're going to try to stay there, notwithstanding the governor's order. The problem with the governor's order, he didn't just accelerate it and open up bars as well, but he also stopped our ability to create a mask mandate and fine people for not wearing masks. So he essentially took away the one thing we were doing, which was actually allowing us to open up the economy, and then accelerated the opening up of the economy without telling anybody, literally yesterday, late in the afternoon.
Health experts fear the lack of a mask mandate will lead to coronavirus spread again.
This fall, all UM students, faculty, and staff will be required to receive the annual flu shot. On Wednesday, 2 student groups came together to help keep students safe during the flu season. Minority Women in Medicine and the Student Health Advisory Committee collaborated to give out items like cough drops and hand sanitizer. Event organizers want students to be aware of the dangerous combination COVID-19 and the flu could have this winter.
Well, I feel like now more than ever, taking the flu seriously is a very important thing just because, you know, we're in the middle of a global pandemic and we really don't know how the flu season and coronavirus are going to interact.
Although the Student Health Committee hosts events like this regularly, it was the first time the 2 organizations had teamed up for a common goal.
And coming up next on NewsVision, a pop-up thrift store right here on campus where you can find your new favorite outfit and help save the planet at the same time. We'll tell you all about it after the break.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
If you have a passion for fashion and the environment, this next story might be for you. Our reporter Julia Heck checked out a pop-up thrift store on UM's campus to see how they're saving the environment one shirt at a time.
Free clothes, you thrift! Veronica Cedar is a senior at the University of Miami. 3 years ago, as a freshman, she wanted to get involved with the school community. But instead of joining a team or a club like other students, Cedar created her own pop-up thrift shop called U Thrift.
U-Thrift's mission is to redistribute existing goods on campus and help as many people as we can and get them access to items they want and need.
Unlike other thrift shops, U Thrift functions more like an exchange program than an actual store.
So the way it works is you can get 1 free item at any time, but if you were to donate, let's say you brought 10 items, you could take 11. So 1 plus the amount you donate, and you can store that credit with us for a semester.
U Thrift has pop-up events every Wednesday in the middle of campus. And for on-campus students, convenience is a major reason they chose to donate their clothes instead of getting rid of them in other ways.
I think it would just be so much simpler for me too to just donate it here then like go to Goodwill or somewhere that's a little further away from where I normally am.
Plus, students can always find cute new clothes to add to their own closets.
You know, you just have to have like a creative look and just find stuff and just, I don't know, come with a purpose and an open mind too.
But youth thrift isn't only a cheap and convenient way to swap clothing, jewelry, shoes, and accessories. It's also helping to save the environment.
The clothing industry, it contributes so much to global warming, and I realized how important it is to shop less and reduce our carbon footprint, our water footprint. This environment is precious. We only have one Earth, so whatever we can do to save it helps a lot.
But regardless if you choose to shop or donate at Youth Thrift, Cedar hopes she can educate students on the negative effects of fast fashion and help people to make more sustainable clothing choices.
It really comes to the fact that the most sustainable outfit in your closet is the one you already own. So buying less, and if you're going to buy something you're going to wear and wear often. Maybe borrow from a friend, thrift, shop secondhand, shop local. There's so many ways you can make an impact and support slow fashion.
For UMTV, I'm Julia Hecht.
Well, as Daryl showed us, the weather outside has turned completely ugly with showers and thunderstorms.
Yeah, we can hear it right here in the studio. Let's check in with our weathercaster, Dave Downey. Dave, what can we expect this weekend?
Yeah, lots of rumbles like we're seeing this afternoon into the evening are going to be prevalent throughout the weekend as well. Look at this, 77 degrees right now. It knows it's storming out there. Current temperature is the mid to upper 70s across here. But I want to look at the radar right now because it is coming down in sheets outside the studio right now. This is all associated with a stationary front that's just kind of parked itself over South Florida right now. Live radar check, there is this kind of short line of showers and storms. Get a little bit of a closer look here into southern Miami-Dade County. There it is, just moving out of Coral Gables right now. It's going to move into downtown Miami and probably skirt its way northeastward into Miami Beach as well. Again, this is going to be the common theme throughout today, tomorrow, Saturday, and probably Sunday as well. I'll take the lightning strike. Here we go. We got 38 lightning strikes populating right now. That number was 71 only 10 minutes ago, so it looks like this storm might be weakening as, again, it just slowly drifts to the north-northeast this evening into tonight. We actually are under a flash flood watch into this weekend. This goes until Sunday at 8 o'clock. It includes Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. Potentially 5 inches of rain in spots, so lots of rain we're going to be watching this weekend. Let's time it all out for you on the Futurecast. Here are those two fronts. We'll call them the Florida fronts. Front number 1 is going to kind of push its way off to the south. And there comes front number 2 again tomorrow into tomorrow night. And then it's going to turn its way into a stationary front. There it is. They're going to hang around throughout the weekend and give us our best chance of rain probably of the whole semester here this weekend. Saturday's probably going to be a washout of sorts. Here we go. We'll stop at here 6:30 on Saturday afternoon. Continual rounds of showers and storms. We might actually see some more shower coverage and storms actually down in the Keys. But again, it's still going to be a wet weekend out there. We might actually call Saturday a borderline washout. Well, here we go on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. The front's actually going to skirt a little bit to the north as well. Rain chances will increase across the northern and central part of the Florida Peninsula, maybe lessen our chances on Sunday into Sunday night, and then hopefully we can dry out by the start of the next work week. So again, we got that wet weekend ahead. We'll call Saturday a Saturday soaker, 70 to 80% chance of rain on Saturday. Temperatures will struggle to get out of the mid-80s. On and off showers tomorrow, and then hopefully, again, those chances will wane by the day on Sunday with temperatures in the upper 80s. So tonight's forecast, on and off showers and potentially some storms as well. Lots of lightning out there in the studio right now. Just a light northerly breeze. Again, the breeze isn't going to matter tonight. Just rounds of showers out there tonight. 86 with periodic showers and flooding possible tomorrow. Again, that flash flood watch does go into Sunday night. Look at this dew point forecast. If you're hoping for a cool down, well, none of that's coming. The dew point staying in the mid-70s. Again, basically anything over 70 is what we call oppressive. 7-day forecast again. Here it goes. Chances will rain by Sunday into Monday. Just a summer-like type pattern to next week. But again, those temperatures are not moving from the mid to upper 80s. Liam?
Thank you, Dave. And up on NewsVision, Miami sports are dominating. Our sports reporter Caroline will have all the details. Plus, UM cheerleaders are finding ways to show school spirit even when they cannot attend the games.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right. So it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done.
Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're going to take the laces, we're going to cross them over, we're going to turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze.
Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn McDonald and this is sports. Now, it has been a great week for Miami sports. The Miami Heat locked up the Celtics last Sunday, winning the Eastern Conference in 6 games and moving them on to play in the championship against the LA Lakers. The series started last night with Laker LeBron James facing his old team in the NBA bubble. The Heat fell short to the Lakers, losing 116-98. Miami hopes to redeem themselves in Game 2 tomorrow night.
I just don't think that we're underdogs. I don't. So what that nobody picked us to be here. That's okay. Pretty sure nobody's picking us to win either. That's okay. But we understand that. We embrace that. Because at the end of the day, we truly don't care. We're just going to go out here and compete, play together like we always have, and see where we end up.
And the Miami Marlins make their first postseason appearance since 2003. They beat the Cubs 5-1 in Game 1 of the 3-game series yesterday. Game 2 was supposed to be played today, but has been postponed to tomorrow because of weather, giving the Marlins an extra day to rest. This series is for the National League wildcard, and the team is one win away from advancing to the playoff bracket. The Marlins are the first National League team to reach postseason 1 year after losing more than 100 games. Good news also coming from North Florida. The Tampa Bay Lightning celebrates its big Stanley Cup win with a socially distanced boat parade. The Lightning closed the series last Monday night. This is the first time Tampa is bringing back the Cup since 2004. Fresh out of the bubble, the Lightning attempted to hold a championship parade and a rally at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And what a game last week when the Canes dominated rival FSU. From scoring the first play of the game, Miami did not hold back a second last Saturday. Let's take a look at some of those explosive plays putting the Canes on top. Right here we have Derek King setting up on the 30-yard line. It's 1st and 20, and he flips it to running back Chaney, and he takes it to the 12. Look at the freshman go. What a drive. What a drive. Here again we have 1st and goal. King slips it to Harris. Harris dives into the end zone. Touchdown for the Canes, putting Miami 14-3 in the last seconds of the first quarter. Now here, FSU sets up the ball for the first down early in the second quarter. They tried to reverse it at the 40, but here comes the Canes defense. Oh, an interception retrieved by Phillips. Turnover for FSU. Not what they needed right now, but bring out the new chain for Miami. Canes soccer is playing Wake Forest right now in North Carolina. There's no score right now, but they're hoping to get their first win of the season on the road tonight. And that does it for sports. I'm Caroline McDonald, sending it over to UMTV reporter Tyler Walsh to tell us about how UM's cheerleaders have been affected by the new COVID-19 regulations. Tyler?
Thanks, Caroline. Students have not been allowed at the first 2 home games of the season, and this included UM's all-girl and co-ed cheerleading teams. I spoke with co-ed cheerleader Kennedy Stewart to get her take as a captain and a senior in her final season. From social distancing to wearing face masks, the University of Miami is taking all the precautions necessary to slow the spread of COVID-19. But for senior and UM co-ed cheerleading captain Kennedy Stewart, some of the regulations have turned her smile on the field to a frown on the IM fields.
The night sports complex is like home to us, so like transitioning to the IM fields was kind of like different and just like out there.
Earlier this month, UM President Julio Frank announced that students would not be allowed at the first 2 home games. The cheer squad, unfortunately, was no exception.
It's a little devastating just because just football in general, there's nothing like cheering at Hard Rock, nothing like being on the sideline. The energy in that stadium is insane. It's just so fun, and I could literally, I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Co-ed cheer coach Daniel Chapman feels for all of his cheerleaders, but says compared to other colleges and universities, the University of Miami is lucky.
We're fortunate that we're, 1, allowed to be on campus, and 2, able to practice in person at this point. So, it's all about finding the silver lining.
Much like Coach Chapman, Stewart is confident that the team will be able to make the most of the season.
I definitely don't take it for granted just because like you got to make the best with what you got. So like I'm not complaining. I'm kind of just like how I said, like taking it day by day and just enjoying the last season I have with my friends before we kind of graduate and like go off on our own.
As of now, we don't know when students will be allowed to attend the games, but regardless, the cheer team was still able to appear last Friday at the promo shoot for ESPN's College Game Day. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Tyler Walsh. Back to Liam and Maya at the desk.
All right, thank you, Tyler.
And still ahead on NewsVision, we'll take you to a live event called Latin Music Under the Stars. But first, we'll show you how one creative class got even more creative and yummy. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Although COVID-19 has negatively impacted the college experience of many students, one class has found a unique way to brighten their day and appease their appetite. Our reporter Celine White explains.
Normally, students satisfy their class time munchies with pretzels or chips.
1,007 degrees, radiant heat cooking.
But one group of students decided to turn up the heat to please their taste buds. Hidden on the far southwest edge of the University of Miami's campus is the Glass Studio, where students learn how to blow glass, create beautiful works of art, and grill up some gourmet steak. Senior Ben Snyder brought in steak from his off-campus job at Josh's Premium Meats to share with his classmates.
Never thought I would be cooking in a glass hot shop, but it was super successful. It tastes awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Class instructor Jenna Efren says, like many professional glass blowers, she often uses the equipment to cook. The only difference is these ovens can get to temperatures over 1,000 degrees. Of course, temperatures that high would incinerate the steak. So the students turn on the glory hole, which is normally used to reheat glass, then turn it off and cook the steak as the equipment cools.
Flashing.
And the best part of this unique cooking method? It is easy to stay 6 feet apart from each other while building teamwork skills, which are a necessity in an environment as dangerous as a glass studio.
Glass blowing is a team sport. We also refer to it as like you develop a family of trust and all help each other out. And eating and meals are about family and your family of choice coming together.
Since there are only 5 students in the class, there is plenty of steak for everyone. So the real question is, how does the steak taste?
Best steak ever. Wagyu-licious, glass blowing one.
Definitely the coolest way it's ever been cooked. Hands down. Delicious.
The students say the next item on their menu will be glass brewed coffee. Reporting for UMTV, I am Celine White.
Looking for a way to relax and enjoy some music? Well, the Kane Stage Theater Company has got you covered. UMTV reporter Blake Atwell is live at the Lakeside Canopy for some Latin music under the stars. Blake, tell us more about the event.
Hey guys, now we should have been enjoying a very, very nice Latin Music Under the Stars event right here at the Lakeside patio, which would have been popping off at just about 7 p.m. But unfortunately, due to weather, you know, the usual Miami stuff, rain, thunder, lightning, that event has been postponed. But fear not, because the event organizers, Kane Stage Co., said on their Instagram just a few moments ago that this event will be getting a brand new date. We don't know exactly when that date will be, but we will keep you posted. So be sure to tune in to next week's edition of NewsVision for continued story updates. For now, reporting from Lakeside for UMTV, I'm Blake Atwell.
Thank you, Blake. That's really too bad about the rain.
I know, right? I wish that we could celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month today, but of course the rain. And that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be back next week with another edition of NewsVision. Until then, stay safe and have a good night, folks.